Alright. Hello everybody. Welcome to my first ever hitting masterclass. Okay? So we're gonna start off with there are 3 different types of hitters. A bad hitter, a good hitter, and then a great hitter. Okay? What are the difference between these types of hitters? A bad hitter goes up and you guess. You get into the box, you have no preparation, you have no plan. It's just see ball, hit ball. You guess whatever pitch you're going to throw. You don't know what count you're in, but what it is, you're going to either guess if he's going to throw you a fastball or he's going to throw you a curveball, all right? If you're a guessing hitter and a ball comes in, right, in this game, we only have just a set of milliseconds to decide whether to hit or not to swing. You're going to be very, very unsuccessful, okay? A good hitter recognizes pitches. Okay? You can recognize the spin, all right? Maybe you're a little bit more in tune. You know that a ball that has nothing but straight backspin is always going to come in as what? A fastball. A ball that comes in with a spin sideways or circular, it's going to be a breaking ball, okay? So for guys that understand that you're hunting a fastball, a good pitch, you're going to recognize the spin rate of the ball, and you're going to make that decision of whether you want to hit or if you want to hold back, okay? Now, a great hitter is able to predict what pitch is coming. In other words, they understand what count they're in. They understand what ball is going to come at them in that moment, okay? So understanding what the counts are. If we are 1-2, 1-1, 2-0, 3-2, what kind of pitch is going to come? If you're a really great hitter, you can predict that pitch, you can sit on it, and your chances of connecting with that pitch for a solid base hit or whatnot is going to skyrocket, okay? So these are the differences between a bad, a good, and a great hitter. I want you guys to take a couple seconds to think, what kind of hitter are you? Do you just get up into the box and guess whatever is going to come at you? Do you get into the box and you're able to recognize the spin rate and what ball is coming? Are you a great hitter? You can predict what kind of ball is coming at you before it's even thrown, right? Think about what kind of a hitter you are. Okay. Good hitters are consistent. They consistently know what pitch is going to come, and they're consistent in everything that they do. Consistency doesn't just exist when you're at the plate ready to swing the bat, okay? Consistency starts before you're even on the on-deck circle, okay? So that's where routine.
That's where you hear me say your at-bat starts when you're on deck. That's when it starts.
Everybody at this point in the season should have their routine. Routines aren't things you create. Routines are things that happen naturally, okay? When I played, this is what my routine consisted of. My at-bat routine started when I was the 4th hitter to come up. When I was the 4th hitter to come up, I don't know why, but for some reason, I always had the habit of having my helmet with my batting gloves in the helmet, and I started under my left armpit. I hold on to my helmet with my gloves in my left armpit. I would take out one glove. I would put my right batting glove on first every single time. Put my right batting glove on first, put my left batting glove on second, and then I took my helmet and I did like a little spin and I put it on my head. Every single time I was the 4th batter to get up, I did the same exact thing. And then when I got into the on-hole spot, I grabbed my bat from the middle of the bat, right? I didn't hold it all the way on the bottom. I got it right back from the middle, and I was just taking hand reps. I was watching the pitcher deliver, and instead of doing a whole swing, I just timed it up with my hands. Ball's coming, boom, I would have hit right there. That consisted of my in the hole routine, okay? Once I got into the batter's circle, I always grab the weight. If you do things once, consistently do it again. That's part of the routine. I grabbed my weight. I did 3 circles behind my head, and I did 4 just regular swings, 2 hands, right? Just to kind of warm up my top half and see the pitch. Took the bat off the batter's weight, and then I just stood in there and I was just all timing. I never swang. I was just all timing. I got my foot down, ready to go. Okay, that was my on deck routine. Like I said, these are all things you do not come up with. These are things that happen naturally. Okay. Once I got up to the batter's box, first thing I did was I looked at the right field foul pole line. Why? Because that right field foul pole line was a place for me to center myself and get into the at bat. All right. I centered myself. I got locked in by always looking at the right foul pole line. Why? Because no matter what baseball field you play on, there will always be a right foul pole line. It will always be there in the same exact spot. Okay. After I did that, I did this little 1-2 with my right foot, 1-2 with my left, just to kind of even out the batter's box. And then I stepped in and I was ready to go. That was my routine before every single at-bat that happened naturally, that I recognized I was doing, and so I consistently did the same thing every single at-bat, okay? So that's routine sequence. So understand that in this baseball game, hitting is hard. Hitting is super hard. So it's extremely important that we have consistency, and to be consistent, we have a routine. We are consistently doing the same thing, the same routine, okay? So all at bats start before we get into the batter's box. Now, the golden rule, right? At the high school and even at the college level, a pitcher will never throw consistent back-to-back breaking ball strikes. You may not know this, right? But at this level, if you throw you one breaking ball for a strike, the chances that they're going to do that again is drastically slow, okay? Or drastically low, okay? So we will always understand that these pitchers will never throw consistent back-to-back breaking balls for strikes, all right? Who knows what the most important count in an at-bat is? Who can take a guess? Who can take a guess? It is not 0-0. It is not 0-2. It's not 3-0. It's not 1-0. It's not 1-0. The most important count in an at-bat is 1-1. Okay? At 1-1, it is an even playing ground. Okay? He throws your strike. It's 1-2. This is a pitcher's count. He throws you a ball. It's 2-1. This is a hitter's count. 2-1 and 3-1 are basically the exact same counts. 2-1 and 3-1 are both hitters' counts. Okay? In a 2-1, 3-1 count, your batting average is going to skyrocket. Why? Because the pitcher is going to do whatever he can to either even the playing field at 2-2 or get you in a full count at 3-2. Okay? Once you have 2 strikes on you, no matter what the order is, could be 0-2 or whatever. If he gets you in a 2-2 count or a 2-strike count, okay, pitcher has the advantage, right? So, we have 3 strikes as hitters to play with, okay? 2 of those strikes are pitches that we have to capitalize on, okay? If it's an 0-0 count and he throws you a breaking ball, I do not want you to swing. Why? It's still 0-1. This count does not matter, right? In an 0-1 count, that's fine. We might have given up ourselves a breaking ball for a strike, we'll take our hats off to the pitcher. He did a great job throwing you a breaking ball for a strike, if that is what it is, right? But more than likely, if he throws you a first pitch breaking ball, it probably will not be a strike, all right? We are not going to swing at a breaking ball in an 0-0 count because the breaking balls are not pitches we can drive. The only pitches that we can drive are fastballs, okay? So we are going to hunt fastballs. Now, we are all from the inner city. So when I ask this question, I want you to be completely honest because I kind of know what the answer is. Has anybody ever actually gone like legitimate hunting? Like actual hunting where you went out to a forest or somewhere and you sat and you waited for a deer to kill it? Nobody's ever done that, right? Okay. When you go out hunting, all right, sometimes you can be in one spot for hours and hours and hours on day and not see a single animal. Some people go out to hunt and it isn't going to be for like 4 or 5 days till they actually see an animal to hunt. Now, when that animal is in their eye line of sight or they see it, they have only one shot. All right. In other words, they have one opportunity to either kill it and get their game, or if you want to go back to the old days when, you know, you had to kill to survive, you only had one opportunity to get dinner on the table for that night, right? So when we're in the box, we are hunting fastballs. In other words, who knows how many fastballs we may get in our at bat, but once we see that once we see that fastball, we need to hop on that because that is our opportunity, and it's an opportunity that we cannot miss. Who knows when we're going to get another opportunity just like that in the at bat. All right, so we are hunting for that first pitch fastball right down the middle. Okay, if we get into a 2-ball 1-strike count, whose count is that? It's our count. So they are going to do whatever they can to throw you a strike because they do not want to get to 3-1 or 3-0. Okay, so you're going to expect in a 2-1, 3-1, 2-0, 3-0 count, you're going to get a strike. All right, I want to say about 85% of any pitch in a 2-1, 3-1, 2-0, 3-0 count is going to be your first sure strike. So that as hitters, we know we can predict, okay, I'm about to hop on whatever this guy's about to throw me, okay? These are the counts that we as hitters are going to be extremely aggressive. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, no. All right? Even in an 0-0 count, we're still yes, yes, yes hunting that fastball. All right? If they throw us a breaking ball in an 0-0 count, we should not be swinging because it is nothing that we can drive. We still have 2 more strikes to work with, okay?
You guys understand that? Yes, 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 no. You're ready. Yes, 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 no. Yes, 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 no. Okay, you're ready every time.
Okay, now that is explaining any count 1-1, anything where we have 1 strike or less. We're always gonna predict that he's gonna throw us a strike. Okay, the only decision we make is to not swing. Now, at any point we have 2 strikes. Now we're in a pitcher's count, okay? Now this is where we, as hitters, have to be gritty. We have to be aggressive. We have to have that dog in us of whoever that slapdick is on the mound is not going to beat us, okay? This is what we worked on yesterday. Yesterday was all about having that mental toughness, that drive, that aggressiveness, that want to be a player, that don't want to be a participator. You are going to fight in this 2-strike count. So, what do? We simplify. We simplify. Coach Danny, could you bring me a home plate real quick? In a 2-strike count, this is what I want everybody to do from now on. Okay, number 1, you're going to get up in the box. Who can tell me the strategy as to why we want to get up in the box? Who can tell me why? Exactly. If there's a breaking ball, most breaking balls will break at the plate, maybe like that 1/2 inch in front of it. Okay? So if we scoot ourselves all the way up into the box, we take away that break. He could be throwing us a slider. He could be throwing us a curveball. He could be throwing us a changeup. But because of where we are positioned in the box, we take away that slight little element of a dip or a tail. And what we see is almost going to be like a fastball. If anything, that fastball might be coming in even slower, right? Because breaking balls, their pitch, their velocity is always going to be slower than their fastball. Fastball is always going to have some zip. So we take away the tail in the dip by being all the way up into the box. Okay, the second thing we do after we get up into the box is we widen our stance. If we swing and miss with 2 strikes on us, okay, something could do with our timing, all right? What as hitters do we do to get our timing? We take our step. If we widen our feet, we will eliminate that step because we have already taken it. We are in a position of I have already taken my step. All I got to do is just put the bat on the ball, okay? We'll simplify that. Another thing too, right? Our step, although it's huge as a hitter to get our timing, it can also be our demise because the wider our step is, our eyes can lower, okay? Okay, if I'm here and I just take a 0 to 2 inch step, my head stays in the same spot. But if I get a wide step, everything drops. Before you know it, I'm either swinging under the ball, popping it up, or I'm swinging and missing completely. So when we get into our 2-strike approach, we're up in the box, I've already taken my step. Boom, this is where I'm at. Now I'm just here. It's all just hips and hands. Hips and hands. Simplify it, fellas. In this kind of counts, we have to simplify and do what we can to put the ball in play. As soon as we strike out, we help nobody. It's too easy. Defense doesn't have to make a play. Easy for them. Pitcher just threw the ball. You go back into the dugout, you do not help us at all. Especially when we have runners in scoring position on base, we have to capitalize, okay? We are up in the box. We widen our stance, okay? Now, we are swinging at anything in the zone plus 1 ball, I guess longer. Okay? A strike zone. A strike zone is from our knees to the bottom of our chest. Okay? In 2 strikes, we cannot let the decision of our at-bat be in the hands of the umpire. If you put the decision of your bat into the hands of the umpire, you will strike out every single time, okay? So our zone in a 1-strike, no strike at bat is wherever it is we can hit. I don't want people in a 1 or 0 strike at bat to swing at balls that are 1 ball outside of the strike zone. We have to stay in our zone, okay? But as soon as we get into that 2-strike, emergency situation, our strike zone widens 1 ball in each direction. 1 ball outside, 1 ball inside, 1 ball lower, 1 ball higher. Anything that's right there, okay? If you do get a ball, you recognize it's 1 ball outside or 1 ball inside, right? This is something you can drive. Foul it off. Fight. Foul it off. It is totally acceptable to foul a ball off in a 2-strike approach, okay? Because number 1, that means you're seeing it. And number 2, you took away the power from the umpire to ring you up, and you're giving yourself another pitch to work with. And that's what we want. We want more pitches to work with. Chances are, if he throws one outside, a really, really good major league caliber pitcher is going to throw the same thing. But at high school level, they're going to miss. And they might miss that half a ball inside that's in your zone, or a half a ball wherever that's going to be in your zone, right? Okay? Let's see. We throw our hands at the ball.
Trust your hands, throw your hands.
Frisbee.
When in doubt, throw your hands at the ball. Hands go first. Slap it if you need to. You don't have to have a whole 100% awesome swing. You just got to throw your hands out and slap it, okay?
That's when they have 2 strikes.
This is all when you have 2 strikes, okay? Whatever you can to put the bat on the ball needs to happen. Simplify it, okay? Don't get super huge. Be nice and short. Throw your hands at the ball, okay? And then the last thing is we watch the ball all the way to the bat. Okay, we're not pulling our heads. We're not taking daddy hacks. This is all comes down to just watching it, put it on the bat, and then look up. Okay? How can we hit something we cannot see? It doesn't make any sense. You hit something you do see, and you do that by watching it all the way to your bat. Okay?
Watch the ball hit the bat.
To kind of put all of this together, right? When we get into a two-strike approach, all right, all we got to do is make contact. That's all it is. Make contact, fight, and if he walks you, great. That's just a freebie, okay? But more than anything, these pitchers, these coaches do not want to walk you, so you're going to expect something in the zone, all right? And we simplify, okay? This is how you take a two-strike approach for anybody that did not know, okay? You guys all understand this, right? Okay. So, before I move on to the next thing, does anybody have any questions on anything that I just explained? No questions, okay? What is the most important count in baseball? 1-1. What kind of count is that? Hitter's count.
Oh.
What kind of count is that? Kind of count is that? Pitcher's count. Anything with 2 strikes is a pitcher's count. Anything with less than 2 strikes is a hitter's count. Okay? So now you understand what to do when you have 2 strikes. Okay, we're going to fight to the end. No more than 2 strikeouts a game. We cannot have any more than 2 strikeouts a game because we give up 3 strikeouts. What does that mean? We give them a free inning. Okay? In these last couple games that we played, we have given up way too many free innings. We have to battle. All right? Especially with anything with 2 strikes. Widen your stance, simplify it, expand the zone, and work hard to get the ball in play. All right?
Miggy, can I just say something on
Go
that?
for it. Go for it.
Not to put you on the spot, Chris. I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but Chris got a pitch. He struck out. Ball was way inside. It was not a strike, right? It was not a strike. Umpire called strike, right? Could we have hit that ball, Chris? Could we have fouled it off, maybe? I saw it too. It was a ball inside. But that's where we have to just go out there and battle that pitch, because you don't know what these umpires are going to call, So,
Fellas, at this level, right, when I talk about grit, your grit shows in that 2-strike count. That's where your grit shows, okay? And we want people out here that's got grit. We don't want people out here that are just going to fold when shit gets tough, okay? That's all I got. You got anything?
that's it.
Yeah.
Hands on the ball.
I got a couple questions.
Go ahead.
What is the first movement in your swing? What is the first movement? What moves first? Back here, right? And what's the last thing to go through the strike zone?
Barrel.
Your hands, right? Hands is the last thing to go through. Start is right in here somewhere. Start. Finish. Hands replace where the elbow is. Hands go through last. Okay?
Yes, sir. Okay. Right on.